My sibling went viral for exposing our toxic parents, but they got all the details wrong. I woke up to about 500 missed messages. Group chats blowing up. My phone damn near caught on fire. At first I thought someone day, until I opened TikTok and saw my sibling's face all over my feed. They had gone viral. And not just for some random dance or funny meme. Oh no. They had posted a 30-minute tear-filled expose about our childhood, blasting our parents for being abusive, manipulative, and neglectful. They painted themselves as the survivor, the one who broke free. The golden child turned whistleblower. And the internet ate it up. Millions of views, comments flooding in, calling our parents monsters, saying my sibling was so brave. There was just one problem. The story was complete bullshit. Now, don't get me wrong, our parents were far from perfect. Controlling? Yes. Overly strict? Absolutely. But the way my siblings spun the story, it was like they cherry-picked every single traumatic event from our childhood, twisted it, and conveniently left out their own part in the mess. And I, the older sibling, the one who actually took the brunt of everything, was completely written out of it. According to them, they were the victim, the scapegoat, the one who suffered the most. Meanwhile, I was just what? A side character? A footnote? I sat there scrolling through the comments, watching thousands of strangers say, "Your sibling must be awful for letting this happen to you. Where were your parents? Oh right, being abusive monsters. And my personal favorite, I hope your brother-sister rots for not protecting you." Excuse me, Rati? I should have ignored it, let them have their moment. But the anger boiled in me. So I did the one thing you should never do in a viral scandal. I responded. I posted a simple comment under their video. Interesting version of events. Let me know if you want to tell the whole truth. Boom, instant chaos. Replies started rolling in. People begging me to spill the tea. My sibling, they blocked me, which was hilarious, because they still lived in the same city as me. Thought they could just erase me from their narrative, like I was a bad edit in a reality show. Not happening. So I made my own video. I didn't go all out, didn't try to destroy them, but I laid out the facts. How they were actually the golden child for years, while I was the one taking the heat. How they never defended me when I got punished, but now suddenly, they were the brave warrior standing up to our parents. How they were the one who told on me when I tried to sneak out or defend myself. How they only started facing consequences once they hit their rebellious phase. And even then they were treated way better than I ever was. I didn't even need to go into detail, just enough to let people know that maybe, just maybe, my sibling wasn't the pure-hearted victim they pretended to be. And oh boy, did that shake things up. Their followers started asking questions. Comment sections turned into war zones. People began digging through old photos, family posts, finding inconsistencies. My sibling doubled down, making another video, fake crying about how I was gaslighting them. How I was just as bad as our parents. But by that point, it was too late. The internet loves an underdog, but it hates a liar. Their views plummeted, their comments, a mess of people calling them out, and our family completely imploded. Our parents, oblivious to the drama, were confused as hell why relatives kept calling them, asking if they really starved and beat their children. And me, I just sat back and watched the show. Moral of the story, going viral is fun, until people start asking for receipts. My mom found my Reddit account, and now she won't stop posting about our family drama. I don't know how she did it, I don't know who told her, but somehow, someway, my mom found my Reddit account. And instead of just lurking like a normal person, she decided the best course of action was to start posting her own version of events. At first, I didn't even notice. I made a post about something harmless, a dumb argument with my mom over whether or not I should bring a +1 to my cousin's wedding. Pretty normal, right? I vented, people commented, I moved on with my life. Then, 2 days later, I got tagged in a comment. Actually, OP is leaving out some very important details. My stomach dropped, the username, suspiciously familiar, like weirdly close to my mom's Facebook handle. And the way the comment was written, it had her same dramatic, over-explaining tone, like she was arguing with a cashier over expired coupons. So like an absolute idiot, I clicked on the profile, and that's when I saw it. She had been responding to all my posts. Not just that one, all of them. Going back months, even the ones that weren't about her. Even the ones about my job, my friends, my pet, she had full-on novels under each one, correcting my inaccuracies, adding context, and worst of all, posting her own threads about me. T-dolls like AITO for asking my ungrateful child to respect family traditions. My adult child has started turning strangers against me, and I don't know what to do. When did being a parent become a crime? I couldn't breathe. It was like she had cracked into my diary, copy-pasted my rants, and then left little footnotes calling me a liar. And the worst part? People were agreeing with her, because of course she didn't sound like a crazy overbearing mother in her posts. Oh no, she played the sweet but heartbroken mom act perfectly. She used just enough truth to sound reasonable, but twisted things just enough to make me seem like the problem. I started getting DMs. People from completely different subreddits messaging me like, "Hey, have you seen this post? I think it's about you." No shot, Sherlock. I tried ignoring it. I figured if I just stopped posting, she'd lose interest. But nope, she kept going. And then, she started posting family photos, old baby pictures, awkward school portraits, one of me at graduation where I looked half asleep, and 100% done with life. And she used them as proof. Like, see, OP had a great childhood. Look at this smiling baby. As if babies have the cognitive ability to process generational trauma. I had to do something. But what do you do when your own mother is cyberstalking you? Block her? She'd just make a new account. Confront her? She'd turn it into a Facebook post about how her ungrateful child is trying to silence her. So I did the only thing I could do. I flipped the script. I created a brand new Reddit account, a burner. Then I started posting on a different subreddit, one she would never expect me to use, a subreddit for ease. And I wrote the most bait post imaginable. Title: My adult child is upset that I share our family stories online. Am I in the wrong? Then I wrote it exactly how she would. I made myself sound reasonable but clueless. A loving, heartbroken mother who just wanted to share funny anecdotes, but whose child is now being so cruel. I even threw in some passive-aggressive nonsense like, "I thought we were close, but I guess I was mistaken." And then, I let the moms tear her apart. It took 3 hours before she found it. And oh, did she take the bait. She commented under it, defending herself, not realizing it was me. And the other moms, they destroyed her. They hit her with the, "Respect your child's boundaries." They hit her with the, "Your child is an adult, not your property." They hit her with the, "Maybe you should stop oversharing, Karen." She started arguing with everyone, getting defensive, digging herself deeper, until finally, she deleted her account. And just like that, she was gone. No more posts, no more comments, just radio silence. I don't know if she figured it out. I don't know if she just got too embarrassed. But what I do know is, I have my Reddit freedom back. And that, my friends, is how you gaslight your own mother into touching grass. My spouse used AI to fake texts and proves I was cheating. I don't even know how to start this, because my brain still can't process it. I feel like I'm in some insane psychological thriller, where I'm the only one who knows the truth, but no one will believe me. 3 days ago, my husband stormed into our bedroom, shaking with rage, phone in hand, and threw it at me. "Explain this," he snarled. I picked up the phone, confused as hell, and what I saw nearly made me pass out. Texts, pages and pages of texts between me and some guy named Matt. Flirty messages, late night meetup plans, even screenshots of me saying I love you. Only problem? I have never texted Matt in my life. I stared at the screen, my heart pounding. This isn't real. I didn't write these. My husband let out this bitter laugh, like he was waiting for me to say that. "Oh, so someone just hacked your phone and had a full-on relationship for you?" I grabbed my own phone, scrolling through my messages. Nothing. No texts. No Matt. My phone was clean. But on his phone, there was an entire digital paper trail making me look like the biggest cheater on the planet. And that's when it hit me. These texts were fake. Not just photoshopped fake. No, someone or something had generated them. Every message sounded like me. They had my tone, my weird little phrases, my inside jokes that only my husband would know. I tried to explain. I begged him to believe me. But he just kept shaking his head, scrolling through the messages like they were a holy book of my sins. And then he said something that made my stomach drop. My sister ran these through an AI detector. It said they're real. What? So not only was I being framed, But his sister, who by the way has hated me since day one, was now acting like some kind of AI forensic analyst, backing up the evidence. I was screwed. I tried everything. I showed him my untouched phone. I begged him to consider that maybe his sister was lying, but he just kept showing me more proof, more texts, more screenshots. He even pulled up my location history, which, surprise, had also been tampered with. At this point, I was freaking the FCK out. Who had done this? How? Why? Then I remembered. 2 weeks ago, he asked to borrow my phone. He said his was dead, and he needed to check something for work. I didn't think twice about it. I handed it over. Now I realize, that was when it happened. That was when he must have cloned my phone. Maybe not even him, maybe his sister, or some sketchy AI tool they found online. They took my data, my texts, my speech patterns, and built a fake version of me. A version that said all the things they needed to ruin my life. And it worked. Because now my husband is telling our friends, our family. His mom texted me, calling me a home-wrecking whore. My best friend is asking, just tell me the truth. Did you love him? Love who? Matt doesn't exist. I'm trapped in some AI-generated nightmare. And the worst part? I don't know how to prove it. Because in his mind, technology doesn't lie. AI doesn't lie. His evidence is foolproof. But someone is behind this. And I swear on my life, I'm going to find out who.
My partner made a relationship advice post about me, and now thousands of people think I'm abusive. I woke up to hundreds of notifications, texts from friends, missed calls from my sister. Even my coworker, who never messages me outside of work, had sent me a link with just, "You should probably see this." I clicked on it, and that's when my whole world flipped upside down. It was a Reddit post, a relationship advice post. About me, at first, I thought it was a joke. Some random couple drama that just happened to sound familiar. But then I saw the username. A throwaway, sure, but one that was eerily similar to my partner's usual online handles. And then I started reading. I, 29F, am struggling with my partner 31M, who has become extremely controlling. At first, it was small things, wanting to know where I was, checking my phone as a joke, but lately it's gotten worse. He criticizes my outfits, makes me feel guilty for spending time with friends, and I feel like I have to walk on eggshells. He gets angry over little things, then gaslights me into thinking I overreacted. I don't know if this is normal or if I should leave. I love him, but I'm scared. My stomach dropped. This was about me. And the comments, they were a fucking nightmare. You need to run. This is straight up abuse. He's manipulating you. Get out before it's too late. This man is dangerous. I scrolled and scrolled, thousands of upvotes. Hundreds of people diagnosing me with narcissism, sociopathy, even psychopathy. Random strangers saying my partner should be afraid of me, that I'm a monster. And the worst part, it was all completely false. Like not just twisted or misunderstood. I mean, none of it even happened. I never checked their phone. I never controlled what they wore. I never told them who they could hang out with. In fact, if anything, they were the one who got upset when I made plans without them. They were the one who would sulk if I didn't text back fast enough. But somehow, the internet was convinced that I was the abuser. I felt like I was losing my mind. I confronted them that night. I held up the post and just said, "Explain," and you know what they did? They laughed. Like it was some F-secking joke. "Oh my God, you saw that? Babe, relax. It was just for advice." Advice? Advice? They went online and told thousands of strangers that I was some kind of manipulative, controlling monster. For advice? I was shaking, but none of this happened. And then they gave me that look. That infuriating look. The one they always gave me when they were trying to flip a situation on me. Well, maybe not exactly like that, but that's how it felt. That's when it hit me. They didn't care about the truth. They cared about how they could frame it. How they could twist little moments, tiny disagreements, normal relationship arguments, and make themselves look like the helpless victim while I became the villain. I asked them to delete it. They rolled their eyes but agreed. But when I checked later, they didn't. Instead, they posted an update. Wow, I didn't expect this to blow up. I confronted my partner, and instead of listening, he got angry and defensive, proving everything I feared. I think I have my answer. That was it. That was all it took. Now the internet was definitely convinced I was some raging, abusive, gaslighting psycho. And guess what? Now my partner was getting DMs. People offering them a place to stay, telling them they were so brave, offering them support. And me, I started getting death threats. People somehow found my social media. They messaged my friends. One of my old classmates even reached out, saying, "Dude, what the hell is going on? Why are people calling you a narcissist?" I was being publicly executed over a story that wasn't even real. And here's the worst part. I started doubting myself. Maybe I was too critical sometimes. Maybe I did get annoyed when they were being clingy. Maybe I did shut down during arguments, because I was exhausted and didn't want to fight. But isn't that normal? Isn't that just being a human in a long-term relationship? Or was I actually the villain everyone said I was? I didn't know what to do. I couldn't post my own side, because then I'd look even more guilty. Abusers always try to defend themselves. See? Classic Darvo. I was trapped. Any move I made just made me look worse. And my partner, they were loving it. I caught them smiling at their phone, reading through the comments, eating up the sympathy, the support, the attention. Like they had found some twisted new hobby, playing the victim while I burned alive. So I did the only thing I could do. I left, packed my bags, moved out, blocked them on everything. And then, I made my own post. I told the truth, the real truth, about how they twisted everything, how they weaponized the internet against me, how they created an entire fake reality, where they were the victim, and I was the villain. And you know what happened? I got downvoted to oblivion. People called me a liar, a manipulator, a gaslighter. My partner had already gotten to them first, and now, no matter what I said, I was the bad guy. But I don't care anymore, because at least I know the truth. And one day, they're gonna slip up, they're gonna do this to the wrong person. And when that day comes, I hope the internet turns on them. My dad's affair got exposed in a family Facebook group, and now we're all in chaos. I was just minding my own business, scrolling through Facebook when I saw it. A post so unhinged, so absolutely nuclear, that I nearly dropped my phone. It was in our family Facebook group. You know, the kind that's usually filled with baby pictures, birthday announcements, and the occasional passive-aggressive meme about respecting your elders. But this post, this was a full-blown, world-ending, drama-packed call-out. To the woman who's been sleeping with my husband for the last 20 years, hope you're reading this. You might have thought you were slick, but guess what? I know everything. And now, so does the rest of the family. Merry Christmas, you home-wrecking piece of trash. I froze. I had to read it 3 times before my brain caught up. And then I saw the name attached to it. My mom. My FC Kang. Mom. My stomach dropped. This wasn't just some distant cousin's messy divorce. This was about my dad. I sat there, hands shaking, watching the likes and comments raw in. Heart reacts, shocked reacts, and then like a dam breaking, the family members started going off. Aunt Linda, OMG, call me now. Uncle Mike, wait, what? Grandma, is this a joke? Someone call me. Cousin Jenna? I knew that man was shady. I told y'all. It was an absolute war zone. And the best or worst part? My dad hadn't even seen it yet. I jumped up, sprinting to find him. He was just chilling in the living room, watching TV like his entire life wasn't exploding online. I shoved my phone in his face. Have you seen this? He squinted at the screen, scrolled for about 10 seconds, and then just whispered, "Oh, shot." That's when my mom came storming in. And when I say storming, I mean full hurricane mode. She had printed out screenshots, actual physical print-outs of text messages, hotel bookings, even a fisticking Uber receipt from when he took his side piece to dinner. She threw them at him like she was serving a legal subpoena. Yo halas, Rebecca. I swear I could hear the walls vibrating from the sheer volume of her voice. Now, instead of owning up to it like a normal human being, my dad pulled the dumbest move of all time. He tried to deny it. He had the audacity to look her dead in the eyes and go, "Babe, I don't even know a Rebecca. Bro. The receipts were literally right there. My mom lost it. She started reading the texts out loud. Can't wait to see you again, baby. Last night was amazing. I'll tell my wife I have a work trip next weekend. I have never seen a man crumble so fast." He went from full denial to staring at the floor like a toddler who got caught drawing on the walls. And then, the comments started getting wild. Because now, the family was picking sides. Aunt Karen. I knew this man was no good. I told you, Sandra. Cousin Derek, Uncle Jim really out here living like it's an HBO drama. Grandpa, not my business. Keep me out of this. But then came the plot twist of the century. A random account, some woman none of us recognized, commented, "Oh, so you found out about Rebecca. But does she know about me?" The group chat went silent. Who the hell was this? Within seconds my mom replied, "Excuse me? And this mystery woman?" She started dropping more receipts, screenshots, photos, even a freaking voicemail from my dad. Turns out, Rebecca wasn't even the only one. My dad had a whole damn harem. At this point, pure chaos broke out. Mom was screaming. Dad was sweating like he was on trial. Family members were live commentating like it was a fisticking reality show. And me? I was just sitting there watching my entire bloodline collapse in real time. My mom? She started tagging people. My dad's boss, his coworkers, even his golf buddies. And then she dropped the final nuke. "Jim, don't bother coming home. Your stuff is on the lawn." She kicked him out. The last thing I saw before logging off, Aunt Linda posting a popcorn gif, because at this point, this wasn't just family drama, this was entertainment.